Not too long ago, I was dancing for dollars. No, it's really real if I let you be my mama.
Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and today we are going to be talking about who I am and where do I come from, what do I do for a living, and how did I come to become on YouTube, TikTok, on all these social media. What happened? What's my story? That's what we are here to discuss today. For those who know me and for those who've been following me on various platforms or have followed me before, they know that this is not my first social media account. Before, I was on social media as Glenn Posterior on TikTok, and I tried to take that to YouTube channel. Things just got complicated and it didn't fizzle anyway. I was also on Instagram, and there I was basically doing fashion stuff and photography. But it doesn't start there. There's a story to this. So obviously you're wondering, what is my real name? My real name is Fortunate Mooketsi, as you can see from the account that you see right now, which is using my real name, which I've never used my real name before because I've never felt comfortable with it. Real name on social platforms, but I guess now it is a requirement for me to do so because I just created an account with a different name, and just Fortunate Mooketsi just became the name that was used instead of my alias name. What do I do for a living? I am a town planner, not yet by profession. I studied town planning at Wits University from the year 2014 because I matriculated 2013 at my high school in the Northwest, and then I came to Joburg getting awarded a bursary to study town planning, which I completed unfortunately a year later because I failed a few subjects in between, but that's a story for another day. Old degrees from Wits, a graduate degree, your normal degree, and an honors degree. I recently tried, I think around 2020, to do a master's degree with University of Pretoria, and which I didn't complete because of various reasons. Story for another day. I'm not sure if I want to tell this one. So how did I get to social media? When I was a student, I've always been a person who loves sports from a very young age. I started playing netball for as young as I was in grade 3 until varsity. During my varsity years, I continued playing the sport. Obviously, when you're a sport person, you're gonna have a good body, good personality, and all that because you have to gel with the team and all of that. Some of my teammates, they just suggested that I must try beach pageants. That's where this all started. Well, I entered what is called, by then it was a new pageant in the space called Miss Gauteng Exclusive. That was so awkward. That would be a story for another day as well. Growing up, I did want to venture into the modeling space because I used to read a lot of magazines, newspapers, and I used to do like those cutouts of fashion items of models on magazine covers, and appreciating the beauty that they hold and they possess. And I also watched your Miss Universe like literally around midnight because it used to play, I think, around New Year. When my mom is busy baking there and asking me to help with the baking, I wouldn't dare because I'm busy watching Miss Universe on ETV. That's how then now this love developed. It was there, but it just needed the spark, the motivation. With Miss Gauteng Exclusive, obviously I didn't get far, but that was quite a good entry into the pageantry space, which didn't go far. After the pageant, I stopped doing pageants, obviously, because I needed to do my honors, because when I started them out, I was doing my third year. Now I needed to start focus on my honors, and during my honors year, obviously there was also drama that was happening in my life. Couldn't do much with like be everywhere because energetically I wasn't okay. Ultimately, it led to me not participating in beauty pageants at all because I don't meet the requirements currently. That is a story another day of how I stopped meeting the requirements to participate in pageantries. My idea, I wasn't planning to be a content creator. That wasn't my plan in the first place. Actually, I didn't take the content creation space that seriously. But it was until I started developing the love for fashion again. I was actually looking for an outlet to have like an external source of income because I felt my career wasn't stable and didn't provide me the security that I needed. Started forming a social media account. It was a TikTok account. The idea was to obviously post photos of myself in different outfits and all of that shenanigan. I then booked a photographer, had a makeup artist do my face, took some few pictures, and I quite really liked them. I was like, okay, I can actually take this serious. But then it ended up that I started calculating, and then I realized that actually paying a photographer, paying a makeup artist, it's actually a lot of money. I could be doing better with my money, trying to be more cost efficient with the resources that I have. I stopped the shooting altogether for a while. In order for me to take it serious, I have to find what works for me. Obviously, I didn't just fall into content creation and having to own a studio like I do right now and having all this equipment that I have. It didn't start the way. Just now started collecting different fashion items and fashion looks from celebrities that I like and just compiling and putting them on that account. It did quite fairly well. The engagement quite increased because I had bought followers for a TikTok account and I didn't have any more ideas on what to do with the account now. So that was the most efficient way that I could use the account. It didn't last for long as well. I then moved on to, okay, I like what I see. I like what these celebrities are seeing. I like the photos. I like the outfits. But if I were to think and add up, do I actually afford to get to this level that they are at? And if I try to get to the level that I at, for how long will I be running on that level? I then ventured into trying to do a little bit of fashion design, doing sketches, watching YouTube videos, trying to sew. I had a sewing machine, I had a whole mannequin, I had all the equipment, which I then sold. I have like a few now left. I'll do it maybe in the long run. Practicing until I hit a halt again. Now I can only partly use the machine, so I need somebody to teach me how to use the machine. That's number one. Number two, I need to go to a fashion school so I know how to do the drafting well, so it looks well, so the sewing goes well and everything else. And then I was like, okay, I'm leaving this behind because I think this is gonna take a lot of work and this is gonna take me time to get to where I want to be, and I don't think I'm that invested in this. To a halt again, and I have to find now another efficient way of how to use this account. During the whole process of doing this thing, I had seen that I actually like the photos. I like photography. Then I was like, okay, let me try and do photography. Obviously, as I'm doing this TikTok, at one point I was doing like lives, I was doing makeup and all that, and the lighting wasn't working out, so I needed to improve the lighting. So obviously I now need to invest in equipment. I stopped the account altogether and I invested in lighting and cameras, and that is how I started to say, okay, I think I can roll in with content creation. And the reason why it became so easier and better for me is that content creation is so diverse and can be interpreted in so many ways. It's not about the photography itself. You can take people pictures and stop it there, but then you can do your other things on the side because you have the own equipment and you don't have to pay anyone, and they're available anytime for you. I've done a few shots using my phone currently, and I'm happy with the engagement. And then I was like, okay, maybe I also need to start podcast as well because I have the equipment. This is part of the podcast, so keep watching if you want to learn more, which would be a series of like getting to know me better, getting to see behind the scenes and all of that and more. You know, it's not gonna be like just about makeup, just about the outfits, just about the fashion, and just about the OnlyFans, because that's also another space that I want to infiltrate. It's gonna be diverse, and then it's all gonna be about getting to know me better, what I do and all of that. Maybe vlogs, I don't know, I will see how it rolls. But so far this is the section, and this is the get to know me better section. Other stories will come obviously as time goes, but thank you for watching this far.
Like me, I'm too crazy. Where every other girl you meet is too gazy. I'm sure them other girls were nice.